In the heart of ancient Japan, nestled between the whispering bamboo forests and the serene waters of a flowing river, lived a humble weaver named Isamu. His days were filled with the quiet rhythm of his loom, weaving silk as pure and delicate as morning dew.
Isamu's life was simple, his needs few, but his heart longed for a companion to share the beauty of his secluded world. One crisp autumn evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of gold and crimson, Isamu heard a soft thud in his garden. Curious, he ventured outside and found a crane, its wing injured, lying upon the frost-kissed grass. Moved by compassion, Isamu carefully tended to the crane, binding its wing and offering shelter in his modest home. By morning, the crane had vanished, leaving behind only a feather as a whisper of its presence. Days turned into weeks, and the memory of the crane faded like a dream upon waking. Then, on a day when the air was crisp and the river sang a melancholy tune, a mysterious woman appeared at Isamu's doorstep. She introduced herself as Akari and asked for shelter. Mesmerized by her grace and beauty, Isamu welcomed her into his home, and before long, they were wed, their hearts entwined like the threads on Isamu's loom. Akari brought joy into Isamu's life, her laughter echoing through the bamboo grove, her gentle spirit filling the spaces of his once lonely home. However, as the seasons changed, so too did their fortunes. The demand for Isamu's silk waned, and worry creased his brow like the folds in his unfinished weaves. Observing her husband's distress, Akari proposed a solution. "Allow me to weave," she said, her voice soft yet determined. "But you must promise never to watch me work." Isamu agreed, puzzled but desperate.
The next morning, Akari retreated into a separate room, and the sound of the loom filled the house like a strange, enchanting music. Days passed, and when Akari finally emerged, she presented Isamu with a roll of silk so exquisite it seemed to glow with its own inner light.
Isamu sold the silk at the market for a price so grand it secured their livelihood for months to come. Time and again, when need pressed upon them, Akari wove her miraculous silk, always under the condition that Isamu never peek. But human curiosity, like water, finds its way through the smallest of cracks. One evening, driven by a mixture of wonder and doubt, Isamu crept to the door behind which Akari worked. What he saw through the keyhole was not his wife, but a crane, plucking its own feathers to weave the magical silk. Heart heavy with the weight of his betrayal, Isamu opened the door. The crane, its plumage sparse and its body frail, turned to him with sad, knowing eyes. "I am the crane you once saved," Akari's voice echoed in the room, though her lips did not move. "I came to repay your kindness with my own. But now that you have seen my true form, I can no longer stay." Tears blurred Isamu's vision as he watched the crane spread its wings. It was then he understood the depth of Akari's love and the magnitude of his own loss. With a heart-rending cry, the crane took to the sky, leaving behind the echo of her goodbye and the shimmering feather-woven silk. Isamu never saw Akari again. The silk she left behind became his most treasured possession, a symbol of true love and sacrifice. He continued to weave, his fingers moving over the loom as if caressing memories, each thread a reminder of Akari's love.
Years passed, and the tale of the crane wife spread far and wide. A story of love's power to transcend form and fly beyond the grasp of human frailties. Isamu lived out his days in the solitude of his home by the river, his heart forever entwined with the crane who became his wife, his love, and his most poignant lesson.